Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Donna. And for those of you not new, thank you so much for continuing to come back and enjoy my channel and show me some love and be here and supporting me. I know that you guys don't have to click on my video, so it warms my heart 100,000% that you do. Thank you everybody for coming to visit me today. Today I am doing my February empties and I don't have a whole lot of them to speak of, to be honest. And two of the items in here aren't necessarily, I mean, they're empty, but I'm going to tell you a little story about them. So, okay, I'm going to just jump in, just so everybody knows, in case you are wanting to know. Everything that I have that is makeup related, I am keeping until the end of the year, just to get a tally of the makeup purchases that I made that I'm emptying and going through every single year. I've seen a lot of people do the whole year of empties videos in like January and December, and I thought that was interesting. I really want to keep track of at least my makeup purchase empties, and I probably won't keep things like this or like, what are those things? Cotton pads, those kind of things, but I'm definitely keeping everything related to makeup that I use, makeup and skincare that I use throughout the year. So with that being said, I won't be keeping these, but I did use up this Skin Lab Revitalize and Hydrate Cleansing Facial Towelettes. For those of you not new around here, this is not the first time you've seen one of these in my empties. I purchase these like 2 at a time every single time I go to TJ Maxx. The reason why is because you get 60 towelettes for like $4. It's $3.99 is what the price is on this, and I always get like 2 different packs. So while I may not repurchase this exact one, I will continue to go to TJ Maxx, buy 2 at a time so that I have my current and a backup, and continue to use these things. I don't use these kind of facial cleansing cloths to take my makeup off. I use it for purposes of videos. So I use it to take off swatches. I use it to wash my hands while I'm doing my makeup. Wash swatches off of my hands when I am doing a video. Those kind of things. So they last me for quite some time-ish. But because they're so cheap, they're definitely worth it to me to repurchase. The next thing I have in here is this, and I talk more about this in my faves and flops video, which if it's up, I'll link it down here or in the cards. And if it's not up, it'll be up in the next couple days. I can't remember which one I post first. So I'm not going to go into this very much. I will just tell you, it's a little tiny foil packet of this liquid blender cleanser, and it is worthless. So I did finish this up. I used it. There was only enough in it for one use, which is pretty, pretty normal for a foil packet, but I did not like it. It was not my favorite. The next thing I have in here is this Tatcha Silk Canvas Filter Finish Primer that I had in a little sample size. I loved this so much. You guys, it is gone. I love this so much that I went ahead and purchased the travel size version of it from Sephora. It should be coming to me soon, and I love it. I love the smell of it. I love how it feels on my skin. I love what it does for my makeup application. I love what it does for the longevity of my makeup. It's just an amazing primer. And I know for some people it works really well, and for some people it does not. Typically, I do not like a pore filling primer. Typically, I hate pore filling primers. I have super dry skin, not super large pores, and typically a pore filling primer feels really slippy on my skin and makes my makeup sit really poorly on my face, and I did not find that with this, and I loved the smell of it. So I did purchase a travel size version of that. The travel size is only 20 bucks, and I think it's 0.24 ounces. This is 0.14 ounce, and this guy lasted me like 4 weeks. So I think that one with 0.10 ounces more than this has will last me for quite some time. You use such a small amount. So the next thing I have in here is this e.l.f. brow pencil that has actually been in my collection for quite some time. I lost the cap that goes on here, and this guy is pretty bent up. I do not like the spoolie on the e.l.f. brow pencils. I don't think that it's an amazing spoolie. I do, however, like the tip of the spoolie because it is pointed enough to get into your tail on your brow and do a really good job. This is a rather creamy, you can see it's gone. This is a rather creamy brow product, but I find that it's not so creamy that you can't like adjust it if it gets onto your skin. When you brush it away, it actually goes away, which is more than I can say for, you know, I think a brow product that's in my flops video. It's a good brow product. I am super happy to have it out of my collection though. This has been hanging out for quite some time because I found other brow products I preferred, so I just quit using that. And I have been in this momentum lately where I'm just really trying to use the products that I have because I feel bad that I have so many products that I'm not even using. So I've been trying to do that. Another one I finished up was this Tarte Shape Tape. This was in my project pan for 2018, and I didn't quite get all of it used up in 2018. I never use it. This is not my favorite concealer, and what I do use it for though is like halo eyes, and that is why it has taken me forever. I've literally had this for probably 2 years. It is well past its expiration. And I probably shouldn't have put it on my face. But I only use it for halo eyes, so it took me forever to use it because of that. It is completely empty. I know that it doesn't look like it, but you guys can see that I was scraping the sides of the container with the giant freaking doe foot that this guy has, and looking in it, it's completely empty. What I will say is this is a super drying concealer. I do not like it as a concealer, but I do find that it works really well for me for things like, you know, contouring or doing a halo eye, which is why it took me forever to use it. But it is finally done, finally out of my collection, and I am dropping everything, so give me a second. Finally done, finally out of my collection. I'm happy to say I will never repurchase that. And the next thing I have in here is this Vasanti Brighten Up Enzymatic Face Rejuvenator Exfoliating Cleanser enriched with papaya, microcrystals, and aloe. I used this like every other day in my shower, and while I did not find that it caused any kind of brightening to my skin, I felt like it was a great exfoliator for my skin. It didn't break my skin out. It worked really well. When I would get out of the shower, I felt like my skin was softer, and like the flakiness of my super dry skin was more even and less flaky. And I do have a backup of this because I got it in a FabFitFun like mystery bag that I purchased a while ago, so I was really excited to get that into my collection again. I ran out of this early February and got that late January, so I was really super excited to get it back in my collection. I love it as an exfoliator. The next thing I have is this. It is the Boscia Vital Daily Moisture SPF 15 Moisturizer. It has olive fruit oil, rice bran oil, and wine yeast and marine complex. Those things help to give you protective moisture, strengthen your skin, and combat environmental irritants. I did not like this product. It was super sticky on my face. It didn't feel like a moisturizer. It felt like a primer, a little bit more like a primer, but like a tacky, like sit on top of your skin primer instead of help your makeup application primer. It didn't go well under most of the primers that I put on top of it, and I'm pretty sure it broke me out, and I am not acne prone, so this guy will go away and never be resurfacing in my collection. Let me know what you guys know about that and if you think otherwise. And then I have this Neutrogena Hydro Boost Gel Cream for extra dry skin. This little tiny guy had maybe 3 uses in it, and I just didn't feel like it was worth it. It says Hydro Boost, it's for extra dry skin, and after using it, my skin still looked dry, and my skin still felt dry. It did go underneath primers and makeup perfectly fine. It is a good moisturizer for that. I just don't feel like it did much to help moisturize my skin, so I will not repurchase a full size of this. If you guys can see, I've got a lot of like sample stuff going on because I'm just trying to use the stuff that I have in my collection without thinking that I need to go purchase some more, because I'm trying to not purchase very much per month. The next thing I have in here is this two finger, oh dear, Too Faced Hangover RX 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. You know, I honestly have to say that I didn't like it, but I don't know if I didn't like it because it's so tiny. Like, I could barely get this to work, if I'm being honest with you. If they're going to give like samples of a setting spray, they really should give you a large enough bottle that you can manipulate it with your adult hands, because this is like child size. It's like perfume spray size, and those are hard enough. Like, I'd rather have a roller ball of perfume this size, but I don't feel like I got enough usage out of this to give it a fair representation of how I feel. So I'm not going to do that. I would love to try this. I've heard really great things about it, which is why I pulled it out of my samples to try. But I had 2 uses, truly. So like, and those 2 uses, like, I will take a setting spray and like slather myself in it. Those 2 uses of this were like 3 sprays. 1, 2, 3. And got 2 uses out of it. So if I had really actually used it like I would normally use a setting spray, I wouldn't have had 2 uses out of it. The next thing I have in here is this. It is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Y'all know, if you've been around for a while, this is my holy grail setting spray. I love it. I will continue to repurchase it. As a matter of fact, I think there is a brand new one on my vanity right now, because as soon as this one went away, I pulled out from my stash and put it back up there. It's a great setting spray to foil your shadows with. It's a great setting spray to use in between like applications of certain products. So like, I will go in with my foundation, powder it, put some setting spray on. Then I will put on like blush or bronzer, contour, and then blush, and then put some setting spray on. And then I will go in with my highlight and put some more setting spray on. I use setting spray multiple times throughout my application process. This guy works every single time to help not only make that makeup look like it's part of my skin, but also helps to keep my makeup on my face for longer. This is amazing setting spray. If you guys have not tried this yet, where have you been? But you really should. It is amazing. It's oil, it's makeup setting spray, long lasting. It boasts, I think, 16 hours wear time, and that is pretty above par. Oil-free, paraben-free, temperature control technology. It is amazing. The last 3 things I have in here are these things. Like, this is a bag because it exemplifies the fact that I used up another thing of cotton pads from Ulta. I don't find anything wrong with Ulta's cotton pads. I know that everybody seems to love like Shiseido cotton pads. I don't need to spend $40 on cotton pads. Not that Shiseido costs that much, but my camera died and I can't remember where I was. I think I was going off on Shiseido wipes or Shiseido cottons. So here's the thing. These are 100% cotton. They're super soft and gentle. They're quilted for added strength. I use them only to remove my eye makeup. The one thing I cannot stand about them is that they like will get caught in my eyelashes and will like fuzz out, which is whatever. It's something I can live with. And they're like $2.99, $4.99, something like that for 200 of them. So I can definitely live with that, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't know anybody who can't. So the last two things I have in here are these guys. I don't know if you guys can see them, but they are the two foundations that I consider to be my holy grail foundations. You guys have probably seen them before, and they are in here because I have cut them up. So this is, you can't tell. This is the Becca Skin Love foundation, and it is in the color Shell. It is like, it's really nice foundation. It's got like a squirty tube. It's in a tube. It's got a squirter. Oh my God. It's in a tube. It has, you know, a pump on it. It is amazing. And the other one is my Peach Perfect Comfort Matte foundation. These two foundations together are amazing. So this one is a little light for me. It's in the color Shell. This one is a pretty perfect match for me during the summer, but during the winter, it is a little bit too dark, and it is in Warm Nude. So I bought this one. I purchased this one from Sephora because it was, not Sephora, from Ulta, because it was on sale, and I got a free gift with purchase, and I thought I'd try it, and I got it in the wrong color. Well, what was amazing about that is that they are the perfect pairing of foundations. This one's a little glowy, really blurring, very pretty. This one is super matte, lasts all day, doesn't transfer. It is my favorite foundation, and I'm sure that I could find my perfect shade in either one, but I love, love, love comparing. I love putting them together. They're just so pretty together. It is what I'm wearing on my face today. It's what I wear on my face almost every day. And I cut them apart. I cut them apart because I couldn't pump anything out of them anymore, but I just knew that there was more stuff in there. So this was an empty that I had last month. So I'm not like showing you guys this for empty purposes. What I'm showing you guys this for is because when I cut those open, I took a spatula and dug the product out of each one, and then just ended up mixing both of the foundations into this container because I mixed those foundations anyways. You guys, look at how much foundation I got. This is nearly half full with foundation. Like, I've got probably, I don't use very much foundation in the first place, so I've probably got easily 2 months more use. Okay, maybe not 2 months, let's be real. But I've got so much more foundation that I can use in this tube just from opening those guys up and cleaning them out. I will never, ever just toss away a product again without cutting it apart. Especially if it's a pump product. So I started doing that initially because I watched Raw Beauty Christie do it with concealers. Take the stopper out of a concealer and use like a brush to get down to the bottom of the concealer and get all the concealer out. So I started doing that with concealers and anything that comes in tubes like that. So like you might have some correctors that come like that or whatnot. I had never really thought about doing it though with my foundations until recently. And I think the biggest reason why is because I'm on this like technical low buy, and while I did get a renewed Becca Skin Love in my most recent Ulta haul because I could get it free with points, I can only get the Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation at Sephora, and I did not want to also do a haul from Sephora this month. So, and I was out. I could not pump any more product out of either one of those things. But I didn't want to open the new Becca Love without having the new Peach Perfect because I'm stupid like that and a little bit OCD. But I ripped those suckers open and have plenty of foundation left to last me for quite some time. So I hope that you guys learned a little bit of a lesson in this Empties. If you already knew this and you guys already have been doing it, like, where have you been all my life? Like well, all my life, in the last 2 years, while I've been using makeup, and God knows how much makeup I have actually thrown away because I have not ripped open the package to get the rest of it out of there. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving me a big thumbs up. It really does help our channels out here in YouTube world, especially for us little tiny low volume creators out here. I would love to have you along for this crazy ride as well, so I hope that you're considering subscribing to my channel. Come see me often. I upload content at least 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or Sunday, depending on how my work schedule is going, and I would love to see you guys in the comments section. I'm still pretty active down there and love to have great conversation down there. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Again, I know that you don't have to, so it warms my heart that you do, and until next time, guys, bye.